Hey guys, today I have a different video. It's more about something that we all struggle, and it's going to be the one that help us with these small elements, because sometimes we have to clean up a little bit of our lasering. And not only that, sometimes we are working on little models or 3D printed that we want to sand it down and do different things, but we have the big sander, the orbital sander that goes all around. And this is kind of a pain to do it with the finger, because you kind of if it's not a really deep engraving, you might have some issues. So let me show you something. So I got this package. Is basically, the name says everything, abrasives, and it's actually really cool because it's nothing electric. You will need something electric for it. So here's the thank you card, and look at this thing. So it has all the sponges and all the stuff to add everything, and it's in a small kit. That means that you can use it for many things. So all the sanding discs, the polishing pads, these are more sanding discs, and these are very big grit. This is 60 grit. These ones here are 240 grit. Look at this one, 36 grit, 80 grit. This one here is 400, so this will be in 600. These will be the ones that I will use, for example, for projects like this that I need to clean up just the edges, and I don't want to damage much of my engraving. Look at this one. This is 1,000 grit, so this will give you an amazing feel. 1,500 grit, and we have more stuff here. Put the box on the side. So we have all kind. They're kind of a color code in some things. Look at these ones. These are like this rough, like a Scotch Brite kind of thing, like really rough sponge. Different. Wow, this is a really. This will be great for metal. Yeah, this is another pad that will work on metal. This is like an abrasive pad, like a Scotch Brite kind of a mesh. So I'm gonna put those on the side, and this is the part that I'm kind of excited about, because you have the different adapters that you can definitely use on different things. So I want to give it a try with this. I have these for mixing resin, and for what I want to do in small pieces, this is enough, because this is a USB. You charge it, you have it like that, and you use this thing. I haven't even tried it, but it has a decent RPM. It's not super fast, but let's see what this does. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open this one. Everything is sealed. Like you can see, I haven't opened nothing. So I'm going to open this one in the corner to take this thing here. Look at that thing. Okay. And I want to see if this fits. Yeah, it fits. It definitely doesn't look much. Huh? Oh yeah, it doesn't fail. That's great. So I personally want to try these discs, and I'm gonna do, this is a 1,500. So we have here, this is a 80, this is a 600, this is 80 and 120, and this is a 400. So there's a 400 here. I usually like to do small projects with a 400. This is 600. Here's a disc, 400. So I want to give it a try with this. So I'm gonna get one of these pads. Ideally, you will wear gloves if you don't want to sand your fingerprints off. But hey, I'm like a kid right now on a toy store. This is awesome. So you have this disc here, and this is a little bit different. I need to see how this actually connects. I believe it connects with this. So this is a little hard plastic, so it will be applying more pressure when you're sanding. And this one here, this one is the one that I'm very excited about, because it's basically the same concept. Look at that. So it's a harder base, But this one is a sponge, so when you press it, you put a little bit of a pressure, like a lot less pressure than these ones. So I'm gonna put it in here, so you have that, and on this you add the disc. Oh, this is going to be so cool. So this thing that I removed here is like an adapter for, I guess, pretty much everything. So this one screw into this, it seems like. And now this one, let's see, screw there. No, that one doesn't screw there. This one has a different screw. Let's see what this is. Oh, this one is the one that screws here. So this one screws in here. So I want to take this out, and that's where this one will go. So it's a multi-adapter basically. This is what you will be using, and this is mine. So I'm gonna make a mess on my table right now, just because. Why not? So it's spinning. So you see how this is right now. The burn for the laser. So I'm gonna do it here. Oh, this is so cool. So it's not super fast, so it doesn't damage really the grain. Look at that. You can use a drill. You can use so many things. Look at that. Look at that. And there's a little halo here. Just you see it there. You just go again. A couple passes. And of course, depending on the grid that you use, you remove more. Now, let's talk about these edges. These edges, sometimes when you want to use a orbital sander or something, look at that. It's already doing it. You can tell that I never put it on the center. An orbital sander might be a little bit too rough, and you might lose the perfect circle. So with this, still you have to be careful, and you need to take care of what grid you use in here. But let's give it a try. Oh yeah, it's cleaning it. So you use a more aggressive grid, it will be better. And of course, maybe not a mixer for your resin, but electric screwdriver, a drill, will definitely have better results. But I want to show you this. I'm using this is a $5 tool that I got on Amazon to mix resin. Look at that. I'm getting cocky with this now. Just put more pressure. And I know because this little thing is screaming for help. So, depending the tool that you use, this is going to be faster or slower, of course. That will depend the tool that you're using. So this one, as it is right now, I'm trying to see how far it goes. Doing it on only one side. So I discovered one thing. This grid kind of saturates too quick, so I'm gonna remove this. Look how easy it is. And I'm gonna grab a fresh one because the soot of the burnt kind of saturate that disc. I guess you can clean it in different ways, but I'm testing this. See, this is something that I can't do with the other. I can't do this with the orbital sander. It's too big for this. So this works for these purposes absolutely fine. And I'm gonna bevel my edge a little bit because this is not eating a lot of material. It's just passing. It's just giving me a little bit of a finish. All right. I'll do clean up here really quick. I want to see. So you can see the difference on what I sand down. The color also. This is, with all the soot and everything, and you see the burns here. This one doesn't have it, and it's like significantly smoother. So, and you can clean the edges too. So it's a really cool kit because you can do so much. Now, if you have a big project, something like this, you might want to use your orbital sander, something bigger. But sometimes when you want to do something like the number and separate the number better here, your big orbital sander is going to probably mess that up because this edge, look at that brown. Look at the brown in this edge. This is not very big. So you gotta be careful because you can chip out these edges. That's where I think this will excel. So let's give it a try. Another grid will be better. I'm just going to use this for now. And what I'm trying to avoid is to get inside the brown. So you can see the difference already here. I don't want to get inside this because I don't want to mess it up. And then I want to do the number 3 and the dollar sign. Look at that. You clean it up pretty well. So let's try to do the number 3. I don't know how this is going to work. So it's cleaning up. Of course, you can always grab where is the one that I just used 2 seconds ago. Here it is, and just finish it. I want to fold this and see if I can do it like that. So you can just go like this on the small areas as well, but it will probably take forever. So you can get a Dremel and use smaller sanders. It will depend on what you want to do. I think this kit that you can use with virtually any screwdriver or electric screwdriver and any drill is a good option if you want to kind of work on small things with your legs. Let's look at the number 3 compared to what it was. So this is a really cool tool or add-on for your tool. You buy these things. You buy all these things on this box. I will put the descriptions, the link for this and everything. But you want something more flatter or a little bit more aggressive. I'm gonna try it now without a sponge for you guys, so we can actually see what it's going to do. Because if it's a little bit more aggressive, I want to see if I can press it without getting so distorted into the inside of this. So this is not super deep. I'm gonna try to go like that. I grab a little bit in here. Let's finish in the 3. Oh yes. Look at that. So these these little things definitely works, definitely help. You have different things and different options to kind of a mix and match these and kind of assemble what is going to be the tip of your tool. You can use a drill, you can use a electric screwdriver, and many other options. Even if you tie your drill on the side, you can put this rotating and you can just feed the wood to make the edges. I mean, I see the value on this. Definitely, you want to use it with a dremel because you have a bigger disc. They did came with adapters also for a smaller dremel. So look at that. He has the adapter for the rotary tools. So you can use a rotary tools like Dremel or any other brand. Here's the bigger one. So I think here's another one. This will be for the drill. You know, the drill uses this normally. This one is the one that you will use on the drill. This one is the one that you will use on the Dremel. It's a little bit thinner, and then the smaller Dremels or other power rotary tools. This, and if you want to use it on an electronic screwdriver, electric screwdriver, or like a mixer, like this adapter. So pretty straightforward. This is everything you get. So it's actually pretty simple. It's just one box that comes with everything and everything you need. Has a bunch of different grit and abrasive tips. So I'll put everything in the description below. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, help us to keep doing these searches and looking for little tools that we can use, and especially to expedite our work. Because if you make more stuff faster, you make more money. Super simple. That's what we're looking for. I want to help you to make more money. I want to help you to find the right things that you can use. This seems like an amazing kit to get, so go check it out.